I mean, for the most part,
Cool, cool, cool. Why is that?
I think in the beginning of the second term, I think he was doing good. I mean, with the whole thing with Iran and stuff, I mean, I feel like I have to wait till it plays out. Obviously, it's not a great situation now between the gas prices and all that stuff. And if it doesn't work out, then he's definitely, not in a good situation. But for me, it's just more than just Trump. I just feel like I support more things that the right, views. So for me, it's not so much whether I support Trump or not. It's whether or not will I still vote Republican. And my answer will probably be yes, only because I feel like they are more, you know, aligned
It's
with the
party over
values I
country.
see. I'm sorry?
It's party over country.
No.
Because you can be a Republican
Why
and
would I
not
say?
support Trump.
Okay, but what I'm saying is if I had a choice between Trump and a Democrat, I would pick Trump, is what I'm saying.
Okay, why would you vote for Trump
I
in the
literally
scenario
just,
of Harris versus Trump? You said you didn't actually give me a reason. You were about to say I literally just gave you a reason. No, you
oh,
didn't.
because, oh, I
You
apologize because
mentioned
I
the
feel like I apologize. So, yeah, no, I just feel like he has more common sense, an approach of taxes, an approach of tariffs, an approach of
tariffs
border.
were deemed unconstitutional by the
Okay,
Supreme Court,
but
violation of the 10th Amendment.
okay, great. They were
And he's doing
unconstitutional.
refunds already.
Okay, great.
$98 billion of refunds to
Amazing. So what
companies.
I'm saying to you though
So that's not
is,
really common sense, right?
if you let me finish?
Take it
So,
away.
okay. I don't care what, at the end of the day, other countries tariff us. And for the government, for us not to be able to tariff them, we could still tariff them. He didn't do it in the proper way, but there were still tariffs available. You can still tariff a country. That's not against the law. It's just his approach to doing it in that certain way they deemed. But he's
Yeah,
still doing it. It's just another way.
his
I get it.
approach of
But if you would
implementing
have asked me,
tariffs.
but sir, if you would have
Can I
asked me,
address what you said before we
sure,
move on?
go ahead.
His approach to implementing tariffs and the way that he did were unconstitutional
I hear
and a
you.
violation of the 10th Amendment,
I
and
heard you. You're
were
reading off
required for
something. Why are you
refunds.
reading off? You're reading off
Holy
some.
shit! I'm not reading
You
off
have
anything.
talking points. You're literally reading off talking points. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, do you want
What
me to
I'm
put a
saying
blanket
to
over
you
my
is,
head while I talk to you? Is that
what
gonna
I'm
satisfy you?
saying.
Hold
What
on,
I'm
I'm gonna.
saying
I've had
is,
people. I've had people accuse me of reading off a script. I'm playing a game. Will it satisfy you if I put a blanket over my head
you
throughout our
definitely
entire
read off a
conversation?
script because
Yeah.
you're
So
not
do you want me to put
looking,
a blanket over my head?
dude. You're not, look at me though. Look at
I
the
want to.
camera.
Can I not play a game while I talk to you? Can
Oh,
I
that's
not do
pretty
both?
rude. I mean, no offense.
How
You're
is that
playing a
rude? I'm
game.
talking
That's
to you, and
actually
I'm
really
cooking
rude.
you on every single point you've brought
Wait,
up,
wait, wait.
while not even giving you my full attention.
You're obviously playing not a game. You're playing
How much
games.
you
You're
want to
not
bet?
playing a game,
How much you want to bet? You
dude.
want to bet money?
At
I'll
the
put
end of the
either
day,
A, I can flip my camera and show you
you
my
literally repeated the same
because I need you to understand
verbatim.
his
I
tariffs were
heard
deemed
you. I
unconstitutional,
heard you.
and he's owing refunds now to
Got
companies.
it.
How is that a
I
good
heard you.
thing? How is
What
that a
I'm
good
saying is,
thing?
if you ask me my approach on tariffs,
Okay, I don't care
I'm
about your approach.
pro.
You said
Yeah,
you
but
will vote. You hold on.
that's how
You
why would
said
I vote?
I don't
What
care
does
about
that
your
even
approach.
mean?
You said you
You
would
just
vote
asked
for
me why I
Trump
voted for
based on
him.
his policies.
You just asked why I voted for him,
Yeah, you voted
right?
for him for his
I
tariff
voted for
policies. Yes,
tariffs.
yes.
I
The
voted
way
for
he implemented
tariffs.
tariffs is
Dude,
absolutely
I
horrible and
get it. I
atrocious.
heard you. I
So then
get
why
it.
do you
I
still
heard
support
you.
him if you agree
Because
that it's
you can still
atrocious?
tariff a country. So now it's impossible to tariff a
What does that
country?
have anything to do with the
What do
way
you mean?
he's being
Dude,
implemented?
dude,
You
he's,
agreed that the way he approached tariffs and
sir,
the way he
there's another
implemented
way?
tariffs
Is there
was
another way?
atrocious.
Is there another way?
Did he do that other way?
Yes, he's
No,
doing
you
that as we
donut.
speak. Yes, he
No, he
is.
isn't.
Yes, he
He
is.
provided me a
Dude.
source.
Oh my
What's your
God, are you
source? What's your
delusional?
source?
So you're saying we cannot tariff another
That's
country
not what I
because
said.
so
The president is
okay.
not allowed to put tariffs on other countries.
Sorry.
The court confirmed Article 1 of Section 8 of the Constitution gives Congress, not the president, the power to tax and set tariffs.
No, there's other ways to tariff without going through Congress.
But the point is, I never
Okay.
said that
And
a
if that's
president
the
cannot do
case,
this. I
okay,
never
so
said a
what I'm
president
saying
cannot
to
do
you,
this.
okay, so what I'm saying to you, I want a president in which any way he can tariff another country, tariffs us, I'm voting for that guy. So between Trump and Kamala, I'm voting for Trump because at least he's trying to implement tariffs. I want a president that wants tariffs. What's so hard to understand? You asked me why I voted for Trump. So between Trump and Harris, Who's more likely to get tariffs through?
Harris.
Really?
Harris.
Because I never heard her once use
Joe
the word
Biden.
tariff.
Joe
I
Biden and
never
Harris.
used her. I never heard
Okay, I'm gonna
her
mute
say-
you. Joe Biden and Harris kept the tariffs that Donald Trump had in place and implemented new tariffs. Harris would have kept the tariffs that were in place.
So
on
let me
different
get this
countries.
straight. So Trump, who implemented the tariffs the first time, so that was legal, right? That Biden actually took over it. Okay. What I'm saying to you is that when I watched the campaign, I never heard Kamala say, I want to tariff. I want to tariff Germany and BMWs
Because
and
we
Mercedes.
shouldn't tariff. We shouldn't tariff the entire world.
Dude, I never heard her say that. Is what I'm saying.
I would disagree with her. I don't think we should tariff the entire world.
Show me a clip of Kamala saying,
Okay,
I'm
I
going to tariff
disagree.
this country. Show me a clip. Show me a clip. And you're telling me I should vote for a person that never mentioned the word tariff, that I find that is an important topic. Show me a clip. Show me a clip where she said the word tariff and how she wants to implement tariffs. Show me.
Okay.
Show me a clip.
Can I talk?
Show me.
Am I able to talk?
Yeah, show me a clip where she says, I want a tariff in the country.
Okay. I will show you. I will show you whatever you want to hear in a second.
Sure, go ahead.
What is beneficial of global blanket tariffs? Give me one benefit of implementing global blanket tariffs.
You're pivoting. What I'm saying to you,
No, I'm getting back on topic.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you're adding all these global. Did I say global tariffs? I said, sir, I don't care what you're not listening. You're still not listening. You are hyper-focused and obsessed with Trump, is what I'm saying. Is you're
yes,
hyper-focused.
because this live is about Trump. The hypothetical that I provided with you, hold on.
So I gave you the answer.
Hold on, the hypothetical that I provided with you is everything you know now. Would you vote for Harris or Trump?
Yes, because you know why?
You vote for Trump, right?
Can I explain why?
But you would vote for Trump.
Because if I had an issue like tariffs, even though knowing now that he didn't implement the right way, I would still vote for him, knowing he's going to try to implement them. You're not getting
knowing
You're not getting it.
Yeah, but dude, Frosty, knowing that in the way he implemented tariffs led to an increase in inflation, led to the worth of the dollar being decreased, led to GDP growth in the first quarter of 2025.
Are you reading off something again?
Do you want me to put the blanket over my head? Do you want me to put the blanket over my head?
You can just say, be a human being and just be like, by putting tariffs, he worsened inflation, higher prices got into it. That's all you need to say. I get it.
You want me to talk simpler?
You're like making it where it's like you're literally making like talking points. Like talk like a human being.
Okay.
Like, hey, did you know that him? Like, shut the hell up.
I'll talk like a human being. Tariffs, global blanket tariffs. Increase inflation. Global blanket tariffs decrease GDP growth in 2025 first quarter. Global blanket tariffs decrease the worth of the dollar. Global blanket tariffs made Trump admin refund $96 billion.
Okay, I heard you have a refund. Okay, once again,
hold on. Global blanket tariffs made food away from home increase. Global blanket tariffs made food at home increase. Global blanket tariffs worsened the economy.
Okay, you're done?
Yes.
You keep bringing up global blanket tariffs like you're trying to make a point.
Because that's
I heard reciprocal tariffs. Oh my! I heard.
What is the word reciprocal mean? What is the word
reciprocal mean? Meaning, if a country tariffs us, we tariff them.
False. We have to tariff them the same amount. Same amount.
I agree.
We didn't tariff them the same amount. We got into a tariff war with China. So I'm so sorry. I'll put it in simpler terms. USA tariff war. China. USA versus China equals tariff war.
Okay. So once again, you asked me, would I vote for Trump?
So they're not reciprocal tariffs.
Considering that he mentions tariffs, okay, versus someone who doesn't mention tariffs at all. I don't care what you tell me. I'm still voting for the guy that views the same views I have and where he's trying to tariff countries that tariff us. I don't think that's a bad thing. I never heard Kamala say those things. I never heard Kamala say, I want to tariff Germany because they are bringing in cars and they tariff our cars. I never heard her said that. Maybe that's why she lost Michigan. Maybe that's why she lost Wisconsin. Maybe that's why she lost Pennsylvania, because she never said that. You know why? Bernie Sanders actually said that. Bernie Sanders, if you recall, Bernie Sanders won Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. How interesting that a Democrat with a similar approach to how Trump said it won those 3 states.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's
In
it.
2024, in the 2024 debate between Harris and Trump, Harris mentioned tariffs by calling it, quote, a Trump tax, and warned the American public on how bad the Trump tax, aka the tariffs, would be. So when you're saying Harris didn't mention tariffs, that's completely false.
What she basically
did mention
said.
tariffs.
Yeah, she mentioned. Oh my God,
There you go. She mentioned tariffs.
You
So
proved
can you just concede?
Yes, you proved my point. Thank
Good
you
boy.
for
Good
telling
boy.
me
Good
that.
boy. She mentioned tariffs.
Thank
Good
you
boy.
for telling me that because
Good boy.
she mentioned tariffs in a way that she said she wasn't going to do them. So
No, she said the Trump tax was going to be
Wait,
bad.
can I
okay,
say
so
something? Can I say something?
Yeah, jinxing.
You just
Yeah.
said.
So wait, Frosty, please.
Wait.
I haven't,
go
I
ahead.
haven't spoke like at all. So
Yeah,
can I just speak
go
this
ahead,
one
go
time?
ahead.
Yeah. Well, Jeremiah isn't wrong that Kamala Harris did say that, but Vice President Kamala Harris has pledged to slap penalties on clean energy and goods and other imports to boost U.S. manufacturing. That's eenews.net. Basically, and then it also says Harris embraced clean energy tariffs.
Okay.
So
How
not
about
only
Congress?
so not only what
How
I'm
about-
hearing on this live stream, not only did Harris warn against the Trump tax, but she did pledge certain tariffs on certain sectors as well. Right?
So,
Warning
number
against
one,
the
I
bad
saw her
tariffs and
campaign.
implementing good tariffs.
Just because she wrote something and whether she actually acts with conviction, I never heard her say that in the campaign. I never heard
Whose
her
fault
say
is
that
that?
in the
That's your
debate.
fault, buddy.
What do you mean? I watched. Wait,
That's your
so
fault.
I'm watching the debate and she's not saying it. That's my fault that she's not saying it?
If in reference to what Jinxie said, that wasn't during the debate.
Okay, where
believe so.
did she publicly say she was tariffing cars and things that we make currently?
This guy is so dense and
I don't understand
this guy
because
is so
you guys
dense.
say
Hold on.
you guys
Frosty,
say tariffs.
Frosty, you were making me crash out earlier. But listen, man, I genuinely think you're DUNB. Let me recap your line of thought. You're saying I love Trump because he talked
didn't say that.
about tariffs.
I
Tariffs. Hold
you
on.
asked me.
You're saying you support Trump because Donald Trump mentioned tariffs. You
Mhm.
support tariffs, but you also think global blanket tariffs are bad and harmful to the
I said
economy.
reciprocal. He said reciprocal.
He said yes.
He said
the
reciprocal.
the reciprocal tariffs that he put in place weren't actually reciprocal because what reciprocal means, it would be the same amount of tariffs that the country has
I agree with that.
implemented,
Yeah.
which means that the tariffs that he put were not reciprocal. It actually started a tariff war, right? That's how we know that it was not reciprocal, and it worsened the economy. So how can you at the same time say you like Donald Trump mentioning tariffs, but disagree with the way he's going about it
Because
and
you
how
think-
bad it made the economy?
Do you think first of all, it did not make the economy that bad? Number
Yes,
one.
it did.
Number two, I don't understand how it's okay for other countries, logistically, in your mind. Why do you think it's okay for them to tariff us? If tariffs are so bad, why do other countries do it to us? And
Targeted
nobody's
tariffs
been
are not
able to
bad.
explain that.
I never made the claim targeted
Okay.
tariffs are bad. I never
So
made that
what
claim.
I wish Kamala Harris said, I'm not going to be like crazy Trump who wants a global tariff. That's crazy. He's crazy.
Yeah, he is crazy. He implemented
Hold
a tariff on
Let me
penguins.
finish. Get
Penguins,
it.
buddy.
I get it. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
what do
okay,
we buy
go
from
ahead.
penguins? Wait, I have a question.
Oh my
Real
God,
quick. What do
you're
we
so
buy from
dense.
penguins? What do we
You're
buy
so-
from penguins?
He did that in a way you have to do a global sense.
Yeah, what do we
Otherwise,
buy
a
from
country-
penguins, dude? Dude,
a
what
country
penguins do
can go
products
to-
make? What
a
penguins do
dude,
products make?
Dude,
What penguins do
crashing out.
products make? What
Okay.
products do penguins
you know,
make?
I'm not going to explain that to you. Whatever. It's
Yeah,
that
because
I really
penguins
care.
don't make any products.
I
You
get
can't
it.
explain it to me because you
What
can't.
I'm saying, you're right. Okay, you're right, dude. So what I'm
boy.
saying is, I wish Kamala did say that. That I'm not going to be
According
like
to
Trump.
Jinxie and the sources
Got
he
it.
provided, she did.
I don't ever heard her say she was going to do it to cars. Maybe she would have won
Okay,
Michigan.
well, that's your fault. I don't know what to tell you,
She
buddy.
said that. Maybe
I'm not making the
Michigan
claim that
didn't
she did
know.
or didn't. I didn't.
I don't
pay
think
attention to
Michigan
every
knew.
single word.
In which case, it's her fault because she lost Michigan.
Okay. Well, she
And
didn't lose
she lost
Michigan because she
Wisconsin.
didn't mention tariffs, quote unquote.
Maybe
That's not the reason why.
Maybe.
No, it's not. It's because
100,000
people like
votes?
it's because people like you voted for a rapist as
Really?
president. Yes.
Really?
It's because
Okay.
people like you
So now you're
care
really
more about.
crashing.
It's
Now
it's
you're really
because-
reading off. Wait, go ahead. Racist, rapist, xenophobe, homophobe. Go ahead, keep going. You got your list.
I'm not reading off,
Do
buddy.
it. Okay. Go ahead. Do your talking points. Rapist, felon, convict, right? Keep going. See, the problem you guys have is that you guys, the Democrats, can't take ownership to maybe their policies and ideas are not good.
Name
And that
one
they
bad
should
policy
pivot.
of Harris.
Excuse me?
Name one bad policy Harris had.
Dude, just the lack of
Name one bad
care.
policy Harris had. You
I
made the
don't
claim
know.
Democrats have bad policy and we should own up to it. I will own up to any bad policy that the
Sure.
Democrats has. Name one bad policy that Harris
Sure.
wanted to implement if she had won the presidency. Name
Can I tell you
one
something?
bad policy. Name
Okay.
name one bad policy. Don't tell me anything.
90% of voters.
No. Name one bad policy. You made a claim. Back it up.
See,
Name
this
one
is once
single bad
again,
policy.
you're not. This is exactly why you guys
Hold on.
lose.
Did you make the claim Democrats
is
have bad
why-
policies? Hold on.
Dude,
Frosty. Did you make the
when I
claim
say
Democrats have
policy-
bad policy?
I meant their approach.
Oh,
to
their
things.
approach.
Yes.
Name
that's
Harris's
important.
approach. Name one bad approach that Harris had.
Towards the border.
The approach that Harris had was actually absolutely the greatest approach that we have seen
Really?
in
The
modern
greatest?
history. Yes.
Oh
Modern
my
history.
God, the greatest?
In modern history,
Wow.
yes.
Oh my God, I can't believe she lost. The greatest? Are you sure the
yes,
greatest?
she lost because DUMB people like you decided to vote for Donald Trump.
Oh wow, the greatest.
Yes.
The greatest of the greatest?
Yes. In
Oh, boy.
recent history, yes.
Oh wow. Wow, that's amazing. That's so cool. Good for her.
By the way, the border isn't closed right now, so you
Yeah.
should have voted for Harris if you wanted the border closed.
Amazing. Oh yeah, that's great. I didn't know that. I know it was the best.
Yeah, I know you didn't know that. Yeah, I know.
hmm
Yeah, you don't
I
know
guess
anything.
not a lot of people knew about it because
No,
I
a
guess
lot of people did know
immigration-
about that. A lot of leftists did know about that.
Well,
yeah.
not really, because on when the polling, you know, when you watch the election and they poll people, you know, national polls, like immigration was like number 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's
You
because
know,
DUM people like you, actually connected immigration and the crisis in immigration to the Joe Biden Harris administration without reasonable belief.
Okay, got belief.
Yeah.
So we all
Without
got
reasonable evidence.
gaslit. We got gaslit, and the
Yes.
Democrats were not good at messaging, obviously, because
No,
I
Democrats
don't.
were. I agree.
I
I can
don't
sure.
think
I can agree
so.
with you. Sure, I can agree with you. Democrats were not good at messaging. I agree with you. What
Definitely
does that have
not.
anything to do with anything?
I mean, no, it's just so weird because if it's the greatest, it would be so easy to message. Like, I don't want to vote for someone that can't even, if they have the greatest of something and they can't give that message to American people, why would I want to vote for them? That's like wild.
They did give that
That's
message to the
crazy.
American people during the
Not a-
Biden Harris
you
administration.
just said they didn't. You
No,
just
I'm
said
saying
they
in
didn't.
general, Democrats are not good at like giving their message in
Mm.
specific sectors. But in reference to the bipartisan border bill, they did give out the message. They wanted this bill to get
Wow.
passed. People were calling their representatives, their congressmen
Yeah.
and women, but unfortunately, it did not get passed because of Donald J. Trump.
Donald Trump, yeah, sucks. What bill does he have now that's basically sealing the border in a sense? Like, quote
There's
unquote,
no bill
sealing
that
the
sealed the
border.
border.
There's no bill that's happening right now, and he's able to like lower immigration by like a substantial amount compared to Biden.
Yeah,
there's no-
97%.
Wait. So you're telling me? So
Yes,
there's no
I am
bill
telling you that there's
now,
no
no
policy that he
bill
passed,
now.
but there is still lower immigration. Yes.
but
Is
there's
that hard to
lower
understand?
immigration. Wait,
Yes, I
that's
am.
so interesting.
Is
So
this a
why
gotcha
didn't-
moment or what?
No, I'm just confused. So like,
Oh, I can clarify
So
out for you. The
why
reason why
didn't
there's less
they
immigration
do
without there any
that?
policy being passed is because
Mhm.
Donald Trump doesn't want to be fascist and he's violating constitutional rights and human rights. That's
he's
why.
violating. Oh, he's violating. Oh, damn, he's violating human rights.
People are scared to come into this
Oh,
country,
sure.
scared of being murdered. Yeah.
Got it. Oh, then now nobody wants to come into this country.
Yes, correct.
Oh,
Because
okay.
of the
I didn't know that.
constitutional rights and human rights that are being violated.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good at all. So we should be nicer, and by being nicer, that's going to invite people to come in. Similar to what Biden did, we should continue that whole situation because we want to be good. We want to be good country. We want to help people, and we want to make sure we're not violating human rights. So when people come across the border and they're poor, which most of them are, probably all of them are, or they're just walked and they're exhausted. They just walked the whole. Like we need to obviously take them to the hospital because that's the right thing to do. So like we need to bring them in. So in order to make sure we're not violating any human rights, so we should continue. So that's why we had the greatest border because we were so compassionate.
No.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree that we should not violate human rights or constitutional rights. I think that we should not do that, and I agree with a Biden-Harris approach, which was trying to fund more immigration judges and more immigration courts to reduce the amount of time and reduce the amount of money that it took to do the legal process. Because when you look at it, the core issue for undocumented entry is going to be that the legal process takes too long and it's too expensive. So if you want to fix the issue of immigration, you want to attack it as its core issue, which is it's going to be that it takes too long, it's too expensive. So hiring more immigration judges to make it take less time and be less expensive would be a massive solution to the problem of immigration. We would have more legal migration. People would be here legally. No human rights would be violated. No constitutional rights would be violated. But this is a pivot to the conversation that Donald Trump is violating constitution and human rights. And that's why people are not coming in to our country. You just agreed. You just pointed out that Donald Trump has absolutely no policy. He has done nothing for the long term. It is only short term. He's violating constitution and human rights. As soon as this fascist leaves and a progressive wins, we're not going to violate constitutional rights and human rights. It's short term what he's doing. People are dying, and it's short term, quote unquote, solution.
Oh boy, dying. Yeah. So like what you're saying is the people that come across, we should allow them entry, hire more judges to expedite the process. So that doesn't sound cheap. Hiring a lot more judges. We're probably hiring like 15,000 judges, 20,000 judges, and then you're saying that everyone who comes across the border,
$80 billion to ICE.
So everyone who comes across the border, when they realize that they can come in and they're gonna go see a judge and claim their asylum. So like everyone who comes to the border, should we bring them in and then? So like if it's like 10,000 people a day, right? Or 20,000 people a day. Because obviously we're sending a signal to the world that we want to help people. So if we're sending a signal, people are walking, maybe 10, 20,000 people a day. Obviously we need to help them. We can't just leave them outside. You know what I mean? We have to follow human rights. So everyone who walks in, we should then bring them in, house them, give them a day in court.
Us
and
denying them entry to the country is not a violation of human rights, buddy. What?
Oh, so wait, they just trekked thousands of miles. They're probably sick. They're probably hungry.
If they are dying and if they are sick, it is the case that if they are on American soil,
they're hungry.
They have access to healthcare, right? It is the case that if they are sick, if they are dying, if it is immediate, they do have access to American emergency rooms if they are on American soil. But just because we deny someone entry doesn't mean that that's a human rights violation. What is a human rights violation is people being illegally deported and sent to Sika, a terrorist a terrorist prison, where they're forced to kneel for 9 hours a night, and if they fall due to exhaustion, they're beaten by the guards. Knowing that Nayib Bukele said that Donald Trump had full control over what had happened to these people, that's a human rights violation.
Sir, isn't it
a constitutional violation would be someone like Mahmoud Khalil, who was detained for 3 months without due process. That's a constitutional rights violated. Murder, right? ICE is murdering Renee Nicole Goode, Keith Porter Jr., Alex Petty. That's a human rights violation when it's murder defended by the state. That is a human rights violation. But this is again a pivot. You mentioning the actual process that I mentioned is a pivot away that Donald Trump is scaring away undocumented immigrants. And how do I know this is true? Because we've also seen a decrease in tourism. We lost billions of dollars in 2025 in tourism because people are scared to come into the country and get murdered.
Oh my God, murdered! Actually, I think. I think that the FBI actually said that we had like the lowest crime rate in history. But anyway, whatever. That's aside of the point because I didn't know they were going to get murdered.
Yeah, murdered by ICE.
Murdered! Oh, by ICE.
Yes.
Oh, now we're going to get murdered by ICE. Oh my God. Okay, that's wild. Anyway. So basically going back to the human rights thing, I mean, don't you think that people coming...
You address what I said or I'm going to kick you? You address what I said or I'm going to kick you?
What you said?
I mentioned the fact that Donald Trump has violated human rights and constitutional rights. I gave you an example of a human rights violation he did in a constitutional rights violation that he did. And then I also pointed to the fact that this is also true and corroborated with less tourism into the country and us losing billions of dollars. And then another example of human rights is going to be the murders of Renee Nicole Goode, Keith Porter Jr., and Alex Petty. Address any of those things or I kick you. Enough with the pivots.
Okay, got it. What he did was wrong.
Okay, why do you still support someone who violates constitutional rights
because
and human rights? The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. The Constitution is a core part of our democracy.
Are you reading off something?
Why do you support that someone violates the Constitution?
Why are you reading off so weird? Okay.
Why do you support someone who violates constitutional rights?
Because I didn't like the Democrats' approach on the border.
You didn't like decreasing undocumented entry?
The greatest...
Hold on, you didn't like decreasing undocumented entry?
Sir,
Wow, you
said
didn't
it's
like
the
decreasing
greatest.
undocumented entry. Wow,
Sir,
that's shocker.
sir,
It's
sir,
not about
sir.
decreasing
You're
undocumented
basically
entry. It's about being in
gaslighting
your
me.
cult.
You're basically
No, it's
gaslighting
not
me to
about decreasing undocumented
suggest.
entry. You just admitted to it.
You basically are
You just
gaslighting
admitted
me
to
to
it, Frosty.
suggest
You just admitted it,
that
Frosty.
Biden had a
Give it up, pal.
stronger
Give it up. Give it
border.
up. You are a LARP. You are a cult
Okay,
member.
good for you. Okay, and you're not. You
No,
are
I'm
as
not. No,
far
I'm not.
cult as possible, dude. You are so culty. You're reading off talking points for your party. You are so culty that you can't even acknowledge as to why someone may not vote for the Democrat Party.
I'm not saying you have to vote for the Democratic Party. I'm just saying a reasonable view is voting third party or not voting at all or voting for
Okay.
Democrat in relations to
Okay.
Harris and Trump. I'm not saying you have to vote for Harris. I
You
don't
do
like
realize
Harris.
Trump is
I'm a
done.
leftist. Listen, I'm a
Amazing.
leftist. I don't
You
like
do
liberals. I
realize-
don't like
you
Harris.
realize-
I do not like Harris. I do not prefer Harris. I prefer someone like Zoran Mamdani. I prefer someone like AOC, Bernie Sanders, James Tallarico, Ro Khanna. Harris was a moderate Democrat, but Biden and Harris were able to accomplish monumental legislation during their presidency, and it is a case that Harris was preferable to Donald Trump. That doesn't mean I
So
support
you do realize
Harris.
that Trump is not running again. So my support
Actually,
for
false.
him,
He said that he's going to be in office for another 8 or 9 years.
Amazing.
He said that 3
Okay.
days ago.
let's see if that happens. But for the most part, if he's not on the
President
ballot,
shouldn't
then
even
this
be
is-
joking about that.
Okay, right. You're right. What do you want me to say? Dude.
I'm
what is it
right
that
about
you
a lot of things. I'm
acted-
right about
You make it
immigration. I'm right
sense.
about the
No, you're
constitutional
not
rights.
right
I'm right
immigration.
about the
You're
human
not
rights
right about-
violations. I'm
No,
right about a
you're not.
lot of
You're
things,
not.
man. Wow.
You're not right about those things. You're not right about.
But
in
you just
terms
said
of Trump
you
being
just said I was
Trump-
right about a human rights violation
About
about Trump wanting
Trump-
to run for a third term.
Dude.
You just said I was right. You just said, and I quote, "You're right."
You're
That's what
right
you said.
about Trump being not the best communicator, but at the end of the day,
Congratulations. That's the best excuse. Not the best. I think he communicated very clearly.
Okay.
I will be
So
in
let's talk
office
about
for another
something
8
you
to
like.
9 years. Hold on.
Let's-
8 to
I
9
don't even
years.
want to talk about
That is
Trump anymore.
perfect communication.
talking
That is
about-
not a bad communicator. That is a good
Dude,
communicator.
I get
Someone
it.
who tells you that they are going to stay another 8 to 9 years. They are a good
I'm
communicator.
not
I have
so
a question.
pumped.
I have a question. If
You on
Donald
the
Trump, hold on.
anti-cult.
If Donald Trump asked to, if Donald
You
Trump
on the
asked,
cult of anti-Trump.
I have a question. If Donald Trump
You know so
violated
much
the
about Trump.
Constitution, Frosty, if Donald Trump violated the Constitution, would you still support him?
Once again, I support the Republican platform.
Doesn't
He
mean you have
happens
to
to be
support Trump.
on it. What does it? But okay, fine.
Okay, if hold on.
But what does it matter?
If it does matter, I'll ask you a hypothetical question. If Jeffrey
You
Epstein was
want me to
running as
hate
hold on,
Trump so much. It's like
if
it's
Jeffrey
really-
Epstein was running as a Republican was running in the Republican primaries and had all the same policies as Donald Trump, and then he won the Republican primaries, who would you rather vote for, Harris or Jeffrey Epstein with Donald Trump's policies?
dude.
Who would you rather vote for?
Obviously
Answer
not
the hypothetical.
Epstein, but you can't compare the two.
Cool.
It's such
So
a stupid hypothetical.
just because someone is a part of the Republican Party doesn't mean you would vote for them.
You
So just
do
because Donald Trump is
realize-
part of the Republican Party doesn't
my
mean you
God.
need to vote for him.
Dude.
He is worse than Harris.
Let me ask you a
objectively.
question. If it was Epstein as a Democrat versus Trump, would you vote for Trump then?
I would not vote. Or vote for third
Exactly.
party.
So likewise, the same answer.
So you're
Same
in
answer.
the hypothetical. So in the
Same
hypothetical.
answer.
So
Same
in the
answer.
hypothetical of Harris and Trump, you wouldn't vote.
In the hypothetical, you just
Harris
said
v.
of
Trump.
Epstein.
No,
You
Harris v.
just
Trump.
said
Who
of
would you rather vote
Epstein.
for? Harris
because I don't
versus
think
Trump.
Trump is like Epstein. So yes, Trump.
Harris versus
So yes,
Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump, because you
Okay,
you
why is he
equated
why is he the
Epstein.
lesser of two evils?
Because that's my opinion.
Why?
Sorry.
Yeah, defend your opinion. Why is he the
I
lesser
don't
of
need
two
to defend
evils?
my opinion. That's what
You
I
came
think.
on here to a debate live
I don't need
that
to
asks you.
defend my
Hold on.
opinion.
You came on here on a debate live, asks you why you support Trump. The reason
told
you
you.
support Trump is because you think he's a lesser of two evils, which implies that
Mm-hmm.
you would vote for him over Harris if you could go back in time knowing everything you know now. On a
Yes.
debate live, you don't want to defend your opinion. That is the
Dude,
most idiotic
you know
thing I've
what's
ever heard in my
actually-
entire life.
Dude, you say I'm in a cult. You are so obsessed with wanting to hate on Trump and making sure Trump is hated. Trump is going to
Yes,
be gone.
he should
Who
be.
Cares?
Yes, he should be.
Talk about
He
your
should be.
party.
Yes.
Talk
I
about
do talk
actually
about
your
my party.
ideas. Why do you think Mamdani is good? You like Mamdani.
Mamdani.
I think Mamdani's horrible. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Okay, Mamdani. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. See, the fact that you're going to those extents means you're unhinged.
If you can't pronounce a name, I think you're just like D1B.
Dude, who cares? Like, you never pronounce
it's just basic respect.
Dude, and you respect. So dude.
No, I don't respect a rapist. No, I don't
exactly.
respect
I don't.
Dude, is Zoran Mamdani rapist? Is Zoran Mamdani a rapist?
You're honestly sad.
You think I'm pathetic, but you think a rapist isn't pathetic. That's shocker.
Dude, you're so... Yeah. Just because you say something doesn't mean it... Like, you do realize that your opinion is not the only one... It's
not my opinion. What if a civil court said it, buddy?
Dude, doesn't matter. I don't... Civic court is made up of people.
You don't care if Donald Trump... You don't care if Donald Trump sexually abused Eugene Carroll?
You do realize that those people are no better than my opinions. They may think he's
a civil court. Oh, wait. So hold on. Dude, I don't care, do you trust civil courts?
Dude, once again, do I think O.J. Simpson? You think I think O.J. Simpson was legal? But some people. But then you're gonna say,
hold on. Do you trust civil courts? Yes or no? Do you trust civil courts? Yes or no?
So pathetic.
Do you trust civil courts? Yes or no?
So O.J. Simpson was not guilty.
Hold on. Answer the question.
O.J. Simpson was not guilty.
Answer the question.
O.J. Simpson not guilty?
O.J. Simpson was found guilty in a civil court.
Was not guilty.
In a civil court, he was held liable.
Did he go to jail?
Yes.
Did he go to jail?
He was held liable for it in a civil court. You
but he was not guilty.
So there you go. We're talking about civil courts. Do you trust civil courts?
What?
O.J. Simpson was held liable in a civil court. Yes.
Dude, was he not guilty or not? Was he not guilty or not?
According to the civil court, yes, he was.
According to the first trial in the 1980s, was he guilty?
The criminal trial, the criminal court, or the civil court?
Trial.
Okay, we're talking about civil liability, not criminal charges.
Okay.
Why do you want to pivot to criminal charges?
A rapist?
Do you trust civil courts? Do you trust civil courts? Yes or no?
I don't trust nothing. How about that?
So if you don't trust civil courts, undocumented immigrants should not be... Hold on. If you don't trust civil courts, undocumented immigrants should not be deported because they are done in a civil court. Meaning, if you do not trust civil courts to determine the actual liability of a certain person, you do not trust civil courts to determine the liability of whether or not someone is here undocumented, meaning no one should be deported because we don't know if they are, because you don't trust civil courts. Get absolutely pushed. Get absolutely demolished. Get pushed. I kicked him.